Here we have a Vauxhall Astra 2014 Mark J with a 2 litre cdti engine, 160 brake horse and a 6-speed manual gearbox. Today we're going to change the discs and pads on this, and this car in particular has the 300mm front discs as opposed to the standard 270 discs. So once you've got the wheel off, the next thing to do is to take the caliper retainer off. So to make this a bit easier on yourself, I'm just going to turn this a little bit. So even this is just a 10mm bolt, what I would recommend is using a shallow impact. The good thing about using this compared to a spanner is a spanner has 12 sides to it, whereas this only has 6, so you get maximum grip. So it just slots in there like that. We'll take the first one off first. It'll be a little stiff with this being subject to road use. Now for this one you can't get the impact socket and the bar on this, so I'm going to have to use a spanner for the top one. Now if this is too tight to come off, what you can do is increase the leverage by sticking on a second spanner like that, and then just pushing it up like that, and it comes off really easy. Obviously if you have a ratchet spanner, that's even better. I haven't got around to buying them yet. Okay, so this will be a bit loose, so I think we should just come off like that. Before I completely take it off, I'm going to get my retaining clip. What I call a retaining clip is actually one of these paint can hooks which you can get from Wilko for £1. And this, once this comes off, so because this is really heavy and this hose pipe is quite fragile, this is just going to take all that weight off. And hang on, this should comes over like that, so there's no stress on the flexi hose. Now to take this off, if you're just changing the pads, you can take the pads out by getting a screwdriver in there and wedging them out. Because we're changing the disc as well, we need to take this off as well. Right. Now then, to take these two bolts off, there, you'll need a 21mm, ideally a shallow impact, but a long one will do for the bottom one anyway. These are held on quite firmly because Vauxhall use Loctite on these, so this will be tight all the way till it actually comes out all the way. Once you get it so far, you can use a ratchet. And there you can see the Loctite that we use. That's to stop it coming off accidentally through vibration through the car. So that's an important bolt, the one that houses the caliper on. To take the top bolt out, you can't actually get the socket on there. There's not enough clearance. So you'll have to use a traditional spanner. So again, 21mm spanner. Like that. just comes off like that. So you can see the state of the pads. There's only about 1 mil left on this side, which you wouldn't have been able to see looking through the alloys. And on this side you've got about 2.5 mil left on that side. So it's worth taking off and having a look. So combined with a lip for this particular car and this the way the driver drives this car, it's worth changing. Now I'm going to keep them in there just for now, just till I get the disc off. And the reason why is when we put the new pads in, we want to be able to be exactly clear which one's going which side. So swing this back round again. Now when you turn the wheel, don't use the discs because you're likely to bend this, and there's a very small clearance between this and there. So pull using a track rod end behind. Right, to take the disc off, what you'll need is a T30, and that just goes in there. And I'm using a 3/8 ratchet to take it off. Tight because this disc won't have been off since it was manufactured, so it just needs a little persuasion, and this is the best persuasion possible. So it's a wooden mallet, and that just hits behind the back. So I'm just going to turn the wheel again just a little bit, just get a little swing at the back. So where I'm hitting, I'm not hitting where there's a cover, I'm hitting right in the middle where there's nothing to hit. There. So there's a bit of a lip on that side. You won't be able to pick this up in the video, but there is quite a lot of degrain here on the inside, and there it's not smooth at all. That is one extremely clean hub there. But before we put the new disc on, we're just going to put a little bit of copper slip on there, so the next time the discs are changed they'll come off a lot easier. And this goes all around the hub. And a little bit on the contact points where the hub matches the disc. These are generally welded on over time just with the amount of heat and vibration from the wheels. While we're at it, we'll just put a little bit on the studs for the wheel nuts. So here's the new disc. Very nice. So we need to make sure that that hole there lines up with that hole there. Now this doesn't have to be extremely tight because the wheel is going to go up on top of here and push this on. So this is just to hold it on while you're putting the caliper on, really. So you don't need to worry about under tightening. So now I'm going to put the caliper back on. I'm going to push. So I'm using ABC brake pads. And how much are these?
96.
The discs and pads. £96 for the discs and pads from ABC. And now I'm just going to switch like for like. The Vauxhall are very wisely put little knobbly bits, and I'm just going to place each side of that. Tip it out of there. Let's check I've got the right on, yes. That one goes in. Before I put this back in, because this slides back and forwards when the brake pedal's applied, I'm going to put a bit of copper grease in there and on there. Just a little bit, because you don't want any excess going onto the actual disc. So the best way to put these pads in is put them in the inside of the caliper first and then bring them outwards rather than the other way around. There. And now the other side. You see how much corrosion has happened in just 2 years. This is obviously all the salt that we have on the roads. So I'll just go there. Copper slip in there. So the next thing to do is to line this bolt in through there and then into there. And then the bottom one. Remember, these are very stiff, and I'm not putting copper slip on these because these aren't designed to come up easy. So back with a 21mm. I don't put these on tight just yet because I want to make sure the top one's aligned perfectly. Get your spanner, just slowly tighten that one off. Once the top one is firmly secure, I'll then firmly secure the bottom one. Now you want this to be fairly tight. So use your power bar, but don't use as much force as you used to take it off. Next thing is to put the piston back on. Now you'll notice the difference between there. That's got to fit 2 brake pads and a disc, and you'll notice that isn't going on there at all, and that's because this was at the level at the worn pads, which were down to about 1mm, and you can see there's about 10mm there. So what I need to do is get a clamp on here and wind it back in. Now thankfully there's no winding mechanism. This is a very easy discs and pad change to do yourself, because some have complicated mechanisms where you need a special tool to wind that back in, whereas this you simply need a G-clamp. Do this very slowly, there's no rush, and make sure you don't nip any of these rubber parts, just the metal bits you need to be pushing in, because if you ruin one of these you need a new caliper and they're expensive. So wind this back as far as it will go. That's it. And then this should smoothly, yes, goes over the top. Now before I fasten this up, I'm going to apply some copper grease onto the side of here where these forks go. And then next time these need changing, it'll be a lot easier. And just do this finger tight at first so you can get the alignment with the bottom one. I'm going to take that off. Again, use shallow impact. You could use a spanner if you wanted, but I always think wherever you can use one of these impact socks is best to get there, so you don't shred the sides. So you don't want to be going very tight with this because it's only a 10mm. For the top one, I will be using 10mm spanner. Just a little tip when using a spanner, always pull towards you, because if you push down and anything slips, you'll either trap your fingers or you'll cut yourself, scrape your knuckles. So it's best to pull towards you, plus you get more strength through your arm muscles pulled towards you. Okay, on your disc and pads. So now before we do the other side, we need to pump the brake pedal to make sure the pistons fill out here. Once you've pumped the brake pad up, these pistons will have expanded and are now pushing on there just a touch. So even these won't freewheel. These should be, you can hear that? And you can start to see little grains appearing. So that's quite correct, that. You should get a little bit of holding it back. Just before we put the wheel back on, we'll put a bit of copper slip on the contact points between the disc and the wheel. Just make sure that next time you take the wheel off, it won't be welded on.